Welcome here to the Dover weekend for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. We are live here at Dover, the Monster Mile for 40 laps of racing here for the trucks. 32 trucks lined up on pit road getting ready to go racing here at one of the toughest tracks on the circuit, especially for the younger drivers in the field who have never been to Dover before. On the front row, we have the number 98 of Johnny Sauter and the number 29 of Brian Keselowski, two drivers who have experience here when it comes to racing at the Monster Mile. Brad, a former winner in the Cup Series and Xfinity Series here at Dover. On row 2 is a guy who doesn't have that much experience here, the number 8, this weekend driven by young John Hunter Nemechek. John Hunter will roll off third alongside the number 88 of Matt Crafton. On row 3, we have the number 17, Kansas winner Timothy Peters, and the number 51 of Matt Tiff. And then on row 4, we have the number 4 of Eric Jones and the 19 of Tyler Reddick. And Ben Kennedy and Spencer Gallagher make up your top 10. Now we're going to show you your point standings after last weekend's race at Charlotte. And how about this? Spencer Gallagher, your Rookie of the Year point leader and Rookie of the Year contender, is your overall point leader. He has a 3-point lead on the 17 of Timothy Peters, a 4-point lead on Matt Crafton, and 9 points on rookie Cameron Haley. John Townley completes your top 5, and then Reddick, Buster Jones, Boston, and Travis Kvapil up inside the top 10 points as well. Right now, Johnny Sauter, your pole center, he's 11th. Ben Kennedy 12th, Ray Black Jr. 13th, Tyler Young, Brandon Jones, and another full-time driver, Daniel Hemrick, all the way down in 16th. Oh, will Hemrick's bad luck change today? In the field, we have two drivers who are actually running triple duty this weekend, running both the truck, Xfinity, and Sprint Cup race. They're going to be starting deep in the field. The first one being the number 50, this weekend driven by Travis Kvapil, who'll be running in all 3 series this weekend. Also driving all 3 series is the number 94 of Brendan Gaughan. Brendan in the field this weekend for all 3 series. Also running double duty this weekend, they are the number 29 of Brad Keselowski and the 92 back here, the 92 of Eric Almirola. Just a little bit of pre-race news here for you before we go green in the 2015 Lucas Oil 200. Now let's take you to your full starting grid for today's race. The trucks are fired, the engines are running, and we are rolling off turn 2 on our final pace lap. Johnny Sauter, Brad Keselowski, your front row. We had a entry of 34 trucks on the entry list, and they qualified for today's race. 2 trucks went home, the 40 of Todd Peck and the 0 of Caleb Rourke. Mike Afrano and Tim Bonds will complete the field. Bonds in his first start in the Camping World Truck Series. Cody Ware driving the 1 car today for Make Motorsports. Jake Griffin in the 63. Brendan Gaughan 94. Austin Hill 82. Cole Custer in the 00. Alan Roll 92. A fun weekend at Dover for the 3 series begins with the Truck Series on this Friday afternoon. We're underway at Dover. They race down into turn 1. The 8 truck does not get going. Here comes Timothy Peters making it 3 wide for 3rd place. As the front 2 get away, Hunter Nemechek falling back tremendously in the middle. Possibly the 8 truck might have an issue right now. And he gets loose, goes up into the 88 of Crafton. It looks like the 8 truck might have a tire going down or something, but they complete lap number 1. And the 98 of Johnny Sauter pulling away from Brad Keselowski. Timothy Peters, Eric Jones, and Ben Kennedy, your top 5. Cameron Haley, Daniel Hemrick, James Busher, Cole Custer, and John West Townley. They make up your top 10. Gallagher, Reddick, Brandon Jones, Matt Crafton, all the way back outside the top 15 now in the 88 truck, as we have a crash down in turn 3. And smoking is the 94 of Brendan Gaughan. We just talked about him running triple duty this weekend. Brendan Gaughan running the truck race, the Xfinity race, and the Sprint Cup race. And Brendan Gaughan is out of the race, and looks like he will finish 32nd today at Dover. But was it 2 race deal for the Cup driver? Premium Motorsports, the number 94 truck is out the race. Tim Bonds is on pit road. And possibly Tyler Young also involved in the first caution of the day. Let's take a look. The other heading down into turn 3, and Corbin Forster is going to give the 94 Brendan Gaughan a little tap, and right up in the outside wall goes Gaughan, Tyler Young, and the 08 of Corbin Forster. And there's Cody Ware and Tim Bonds. Looks like he may have just came down pit road for a wreck avoidance right there, as he was already committed. And there's Ryan Ellis in the 28th. He might be getting a penalty because he crossed the cone down there by pit road. So that is a tough break from Brendan Gaughan, as he is done for the day in the 94 truck. Johnny Sauter is your leader. Brad Keselowski, Timothy Peters, Eric Jones, and Ben Kennedy, your top 5. Cameron Haley, Daniel Hemrick, James Busser, Cole Custer, and John West Townley, your top 10. Alright, we have Johnny Sauter, Brad Keselowski, Timothy Peters, Eric Jones, and Ben Kennedy. Outside the top 10, we have Spencer Gallagher, Tyler Reddick, Brandon Jones, Austin Hill, and Matt Craft in the top 15. Something must have happened to the 88 of Craft and the number 8, John Hunter Nemechek. They have fell into 15th and 21st. No idea what's wrong with those 2 trucks, and Matt Tiff is now down in 22nd. Jake Griffin, Jennifer Jo Cobb, Cody Ware, Corbin Forster, Norm Benning, Mike Afrano, Tyler Young, Tim Bonds, and Ryan Ellis completes the field right now. Gaughan out the race, and now the field is in the hands of Johnny Sauter in the 98. Still looking for win number 1 of 2015. Will it come today here at Dover? He has to stay in front of the number 29 of Keselowski's all on his back bumper here in the restart. But not so fast. Here comes the 17 of Timothy Peters to the inside of P2. And here comes the 2 Toyotas on the inside, trying to gang up on the 4 of Brad Keselowski. Eric Jones to the inside of Brad Keselowski, and there's Ben Kennedy to follow. There's a 3 wide back here of Bonds, Afrano, and Ellis. Alan rolling back here in the 92 truck. He hasn't really had that much speed so far this weekend. And Matt Craft still has a problem in that 88 truck. John Hunter has been able to work his way up now to 18th place. Point leader Spencer Gallagher back here in 12th. And up front, the top 5 is driven away from the 6th place. And right now, Timothy Peters catching the 98 of Johnny Sauter. Got into turn 3, and we have trouble once again. The 50, Travis Quapple, has spun it around down the front straightaway. That will bring out the second caution of the day on lap number 9 of 40. Travis Quapple, 10th in points, the 2003 NASCAR Camping World Truck Series champion, has had an issue, and let's see how it happened back here racing with Ray Black Jr. No, it's not going to be Black Jr., but it's turned by the number 8 of John Hunter Nemechek right there. Almost collects the 88 of Matt Crafton, and down into the inside safer barrier goes the number 50 Making Motorsports Chevrolet. Quapple makes contact with the inside wall, comes back up the track. Fortunately, nobody else makes contact with Quapple, and he will restart 31st when we go back green. And we get into the green flag right here on lap 14. Johnny Sauter, Timothy Peters, Eric Jones, Brad Keselowski, and Ben Kennedy, your top 5. Great run early on for a couple of rookies up here. Daniel Hemrick, Cameron Haley, and Tyler Reddick, 6th, 7th, and 8th. John West Townley and Cole Custer, your top 10. And Gallagher, James Busher, Brandon Jones, Austin Hill, and Justin Boston, your top 15. Matt Crafter, Rick Black Jr., Mason Vingus, Jake Griffin, and Matt Tiff. Eric Eric Almirola, John Hunter Nemechek, Cody Ware, Jennifer Jill Cobb, Corbin Forster, Norman Benning, Tyler Young, Ryan Ellis, Mike Frano, and Tim Bynes. Travis Quapple will restart 31st. Right now, the two guys running triple duty this weekend are right now 31st and 32nd, Quapple and gone. Johnny Sauter has been out in the lead for all 13 laps. Can he hang on? Timothy Peters now in second place on the restart. We're back on the way. And the first guy to make a move is Cole Custer to the inside of John West Townley. And here comes Eric Jones in the 4. To the inside of Timothy Peters. And Keselowski pushes Jones up the track. Now Brad looks underneath the 4 of Eric Jones, heading down into turn 3. But now he gets shoved out the way by the number 11 of Ben Kennedy, who's up now to 3rd place. And we are under caution once again, the 0-3 of Mike Frano. It looks like he has been turned around. Tell you what, these guys are really trying to wreck each other right now. Third caution comes out just a lap after the restart. Mike Frano. He gets turned by the 74 Tim Bynes. Right on the restart too. Gets put in the wall by Travis Quapple. And that's why the caution came out. Unnecessary caution by NASCAR, but I guess you'll have that sometimes. In the back here, we got Hammer to the inside of Peters. A lot of good racing there on the restart, but now Eric Jones will be in second place to the 98 of Johnny Sauter. This lap is a little bit longer than normal. It's actually supposed to be 30 laps, but it's actually 40 now. Right now, Frano will restart 31st after he has contact with the outside wall. So Johnny Sauter, who's 11th in points, 44 points behind the 23 of Gallagher. I'm going to say something this is the day he really needs right now, and still have 22 laps remaining. Timothy Peters right now is being scored as your point leader, as he will get around Gallagher and stay in front of Crafton and Haley and Townley, who's in the top 5 in the standings. Fans are back on their feet as we're getting ready for our 3rd restart of the day. Can we go green for a couple of laps? We're back on the way. Let's check back here. So we're on the way. All safe and sound back there. We have a race for the lead. Here comes Eric Jones and Ben Kennedy for the lead. But we're not done yet. Here comes Kennedy to the inside of Eric Jones. 3 lead changes in 1 lap. That's meant that 2 lead changes, but Ben Kennedy to the race lead in the number 11. He has never won a race in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. And Dover has been kind to first-time winners. Remember, Brian Scott Speed, Eric Almirola, all have gotten their first wins right here at Dover. Can Ben Kennedy be one of them? Brad Keselowski looking for win number 2 in his Truck Series career. And Eric Jones and Johnny Sauter, who's not even inside the top 5. Cole Custer is now up there in the 6th spot for Custer. Johnny Sauter, Tyler Reddick, and Will Gallagher in the inside wall. There's a 2 of Spencer Gallagher, and he gets contact from his teammate Brandon Jones. Here comes the 92 of Eric Almirola, John Hunter Nemechek, Matt Crafton in the 88. And what a bad day. Gone worse would be 88 of Matt Crafton gets around. John Hunter moves up to 16th place, and Gallagher almost gets wrecked and almost takes out his teammate Brandon Jones. We have passed the halfway point in this race. We have a battle for the race lead. Brad Keselowski chasing down the number 11 of Ben Kennedy, pushing him off turn 2. Letting know the 11 of Kennedy knew Brad's there. Timothy Peters 3rd, Eric Jones and James Bush in the top 5. Cole Custer and Johnny Sauter battles for 6th place. Tyler Reddick, John West Townley, and Justin Boston, the rookie in the 54, is now in 10th place. He's now under attack from the 13 of Cameron Haley. Daniel Hamrick and Matt Tiff. They make up 12th and 13th. Spencer Gallagher and Eric Almirola. Matt Crafton, Mason Mingus, Brandon Jones, Ray Black Jr., and Austin Hill. And no idea what's going on with the number 8 of John Hunter Nemechek. He is 21st. Colton Forster 22nd. Travis Quapple, Jake Griffin, and Cody Ware. Tim Vines, Ryan Ellis, Tyler Young, Jennifer Jo Cobb, Micah Frano, and then Norm Benning. And we have a race for the win right here. The top 5, nose to tail, 15 laps remaining at Dover. Looking where lap traffic would be. Benning is just now entering turn 3, and we're just now coming off turn 2. 14 to go. This time by for Ben Kennedy, who's never won a race in the NASCAR Kevin Road Truck Series. Ben, who's in his sophomore season in the trucks, drove for Turner Scott 1 year ago. Now here comes Timothy Peters, Kennedy's teammate. Red Horse Racing first, second, and Toyota is now first, second, and third. That's Eric Jones moved by. And look at James Busher. That door is just continuing to be open for guys to get by the 29 as the inside lane is the preferred lane. And here's Norm Benning and Micah Frana right up ahead. Lap traffic for Ben Kennedy. And he's going to run right up on Norm Benning. Norm gives way. Now they will catch Micah Frana in the 0-3. Ben Timothy gets by. Jones and Busher and Keselowski. Cole Custer, Johnny Sauter gets hung up behind Norm Benning. And now they will catch the 10 of Jennifer Jo Cobb. And Kennedy uses Jennifer Jo Cobb as a pick, and here comes Timothy Peters trying to get around the 10 of Cobb. Now Eric Jones moves high. James Busher makes a 3-wide for second place. Peters shoves the 10 up the track. Here comes Cole Custer on the inside. And Ben Kennedy pulls away even more in the number 11. Peters second. Custer third. That could have been the race. That could be the winning move right there. Back here, they're still racing hard. They're still trying to get around Norm Benning. There's Townley, Boston, and Haley. I don't think lap traffic. And we're not done with traffic yet. We still got Tyler Young, Ryan Ellis, Tim Vines, Cody Ware still up here and near. We thought Kennedy could have it in the bag. Here comes Peters to the inside. But Kennedy will use Tyler Young and Ryan Ellis as a pick or willie. Peters gets to the inside of Tyler Young. Now he moves to the inside of Ryan Ellis. Cole Custer in second. Here comes Tyler Reddick out of nowhere in that 19. Second place for the 19 of Tyler Reddick. Timothy Peters out in front. Now here comes Reddick in the 19. They lap the 74 of Tim Vines. He gives way in the outside lane, slowing down Sauter and Custer. Kennedy back to 6th place in the 11. And that 19 is about to shove that 17 out the way. They lap the one of Cody Ware. He falls 1 lap down. That will leave us with 24 trucks on the lead lap. The top 4 pulling away. We still got 8 laps remaining. Timothy Peters, Tyler Reddick, Eric Jones, Brad Keselowski, and Johnny Sauter, your top 5. Ben Kennedy, James Busher, Cole Custer, Matt Tiff, and Daniel Hamrick, your top 10. And we have the one up on the outside wall. That's Cody Ware. I believe we're on the yellow. No, we're not. But Cody Ware did get in the wall off turn 2. We stay green for 6 more laps of racing. The next truck to go a lap down is the number 63 of Jake Griffin. And this will be the last truck these guys have to deal with. It doesn't appear the 19 to have that much speed to hang with the 17, but here comes Peters and Reddick. Nearly gets turned by Eric Jones. Reddick has to make sure he slows down before he runs right into the 17, and we have a spin up ahead, Travis Quapple. And oh, we got Keselowski up in the outside wall. Sauter runs into the Quapple. Brad Keselowski gets turned. Jake Griffin wrecking, and don't come up the track, guys. And you hope these guys slow down. There's Johnny Sauter spinning on the apron. His bad luck continues. Matt Crafton is wrecked on it, and he's on pit road. So, Force Sport Racing, their days went straight to hell. Yes, it really does. Cameron Haley's now blowing up. So, all 3 of Force Sport Racing trucks have wrecked, and there's Matt Tiff involved. And they're still wanting to crash. Austin Hill's trying to crash. He's in the grass. Mike Afrano, Johnny Sauter. What's happened here? And Timothy Peters could be on his way to what will be a second win in the 2015 campaign for Timothy Peters. Question is, how did the caution come out? Who's one of the crashes that happened right here off turn 4? Actually, he starts right up here, but first we're going to look back here. Eric Jones almost gets a turn. Keselowski up on the outside wall. Jake Griffin, Kennedy, and James Busher. Caution came out, though, when the 50 of Quapple, there's Sauter spinning. Travis Quapple in the 50. Cameron Haley, Matt Crafton starts up here. I'm sure he's trying to get around some of these slower trucks. There's John West Townley involved. Cody Ware. Now, we saw Cody Ware up in the outside wall of turn 2, and it happens down here in turn 4. Trying to get around Tyler Young. Some drivers get a little bit too antsy back here. Boston gets hit by Haley. Hooks Townley up in the outside wall. There's Justin Boston. There's Matt Tiff trying to get away. He nearly spins that truck out, but does a nice job keeping it going. And here comes Mason Mingus. He gets by by Matt Crafton. Not so lucky in the 88. His day just gets as worse as it gets right there. Ray Block Jr. runs right in the back of, almost does. Here comes Afrano. He runs in the back of Haley and Townley. There's Quapple in the 50. Runs right into Mike Afrano. Look at it must have been a crazy race here at Dover. We can tell you that Matt Crafton is out of the race. He will finish 31st. Travis Quapple 30th, and Matt Tiff will finish 29th. Cameron Haley in 28th. And the 92 of Eric Almirola is also out of the race. We have 17 trucks on the lead lap. Will we be able to go back green? Yes, we will. We will have a one-lap shootout for Timothy Peters, Tyler Reddick, Eric Jones, James Busher, and Brad Keselowski. Even with the damaged truck, he's still 5th. Being Kennedy 6th. Cole Custer is 7th. 8th place is Daniel Hemrick. 9th place is Mason Mingus. And rounding out your top 10 is Spencer Gallagher. Brandon Jones, Austin Hill, Justin Boston, Ray Black Jr., John West Townley, Corbin Forster, John Hunter Nemechek. Those are the 17 trucks on the lead lap. Lap down are Jake Griffin, Tim Bonds, Ryan Ellis, Tyler Young, Jennifer Jill Cobb, Cody Ware, Norm Benning, Mike Afrano, and Johnny Sauter. Sauter, can he get around at least Afrano? Even Benning on this last restart. We will have one lap to get it done. Can Timothy Peters hang on and get a second win of the year, or could Tyler Reddick get by and get his first career win in the 19? Eric Jones 3rd, James Busher 4th, coming down for the green flags. One lap to go at Dover. And the 17 gets a great job on the 19 of Reddick, and here comes Eric Jones to the inside for second place. Keselowski to the inside of James Busher. There's Ben Kennedy. One of these guys trying to get by each other. Back here, Johnny Sauter trying to pick up as much spots as he can. He's already got around Mike Afrano. Coming down here in turn 3 for win number 2 of 2015. Timothy Peters is going to win at the Monster Mile. Timothy Peters wins the Lucas Oil 200, his second win in 2015, and his second win in the last 3 races in the NASCAR Captain World Truck Series for Timothy Peters. Eric Jones will come home second, another runner-up finish for the number 4 Toyota. Ben Kennedy, another great run, 3rd place for Ben, who's actually 12th in points. Another great run. He's had good runs this year, just has not got the finish he's been hoping for. Johnny Sauter comes home 24th. Was able to get 2 more spots there at the end. That's 2 valuable points that could really help him, or could really pay off at some point in the season. Brad Keselowski and Tyler Reddick, the 2 BKR Fords, will get top 5 finishes. And Daniel Hemrick, 16th in points, really needed a good run. He does get one. He will finish 8th today. Jennifer Jill Cobb, Cody Ware, Johnny Sauter. That is all here from Dover. But we are not done with Dover yet. We still have 2 more races this weekend. The NASCAR Xfinity Series and the NASCAR Spring Cup Series. But today, it was a fun race here. Kind of a crazy race here for the Lucas Oil 200. James Buster, Cole Custer, Henrik Mingus, and Brandon Jones, your top 10. Austin Hill getting a great run. 11th place, John Townley, Spencer Gallagher, Forrester, Hunter Nemechek, Blake Jr., Justin Boston. But the biggest story this weekend, or this race, is Thor Sport Racing. 24th, 28th, and 31st. Matt Crafton and Cameron Haley getting caught up in a crash. Eric Almirola having some sort of issue in the 92. Matt Tiff, Travis Quapplebecken, Brendan Gaughan crashed earlier in the race. The next race for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series will be at the Texas Motor Speedway. Then we'll be hitting the Gateway, then Iowa. That'll be next for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Until next time, congrats to Timothy Peters, and we will see you tomorrow for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race here from Dover.